Now, as long as it gets out from that. Hey guys! Finally! Third time's a charm. Sorry about that, I was having technical issues. Alright, so. It's been a day. It really has. And here I go, messing with my hair in the opposite. I can't do it. Alright. So, what do we have going on? A lot. Oh my goodness. No, I'm not going to be playing any of that stuff. This is a whole different live. First of all, I want to show you what I painted. Even though, okay. It is, see, everything's opposite. Can't get it right. There we go. All right, I gotta put my phone down. I think it's finally dry. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, definitely looks like the Lord of the Rings towers. Supposed to be the Mackinac Bridge in the distance. I was trying to like bring it closer, and it didn't. Next time I'm gonna have to sketch it. Anyway, I may put that in the art gallery. I don't know. It's possible. So, what do we have going on this upcoming year of 2026 at Faith First Farm and Homestead? Well, we've had a lot going on this year. Not as much as we would have hoped, but I do believe that we're going to be able to get our businesses going this year. I did complete one more shirt. This is a Christmas gift. I showed this on my last live. I still haven't sent it out. I'm going to send it out this coming week, probably Saturday. Faith First Farm and Homestead t-shirt. I will take a picture of this. So I have, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. So I have it on my pictures on my phone. This will be one of the t-shirt designs. I actually did not put the there are the little eggs on the side of this one though. But I specifically designed this one for someone. And the person I designed it for is for a channel. It's called The Crazy Farm Wife. You guys should actually check it out. She's pretty cool. She's very down to earth. She's, it's just their farm life. It's just them with their kids. They have 7 kids with an 8th on the way. They have 46 acres out in West Virginia. They have cows. They have goats. They have rabbits. They have chickens. They have pigs. Feeder pigs. And, they do a lot on their farm. They really do. And I really enjoy watching their channel. I really respect her a lot. But that's a Christmas gift for her. I do have other shirts that I'm going to do that are going to be for sale. So, I think what I'm going to do We have what, 23 minutes for the. Why don't you see if you can look up the New Year's thing? Because that's what you did last year.
Okay.
Because remember you were able to bring your phone over here. We were able to watch the ball drop that way.
All right.
I was gonna try to do something like totally different and just have our own little thing, but I didn't have time to do anything. Maybe what I'll do is get stuff like half off and have it to celebrate this next year if we're not all living in the dark. You know what I mean? Okay, so first I want to show you my new book I got. And I got this from the Mason Library. Library, not library. My tray over here. I think earlier. That was when I was doing my. Yep, I don't think I can do this with one hand. Please don't fall. Found another one of my sisters. Yay! Okay. It is called Veggie Garden Remix. 224 new plants to shake up your garden and add variety, flavor, and fun. And has a whole bunch of stuff in there. Remember what I was saying about the books? You know, any book I can find, homesteading, gardening, and you want those books. You really, really do. I don't know how I accomplished that. I really don't.
I got it.
All right, well, I don't care about anything before midnight, but
What?
where is Boots and why is there a kitten meowing?
Boots is right here next to my legs.
In. Or silly kitty. You got food and water over there, stinker. I don't know what she was doing. Yeah, I don't know how I accomplished that. I really don't. And made it look like that, but I did. I really don't. There. Jeez. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I don't care about the music.
I know. I'm just. It's
I would just turn it way down. I don't even want to hear that, Scott.
All right.
They definitely don't have anything good on there. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know. Well, I'm trying to figure out if I want to get into the business aspect of it before or not. I did go through and rewrite my the homestead goals and that kind of thing. I think I know how we're gonna do our greenhouse. We've got to focus on getting like things built and our orchard and our fruit bushes, that kind of thing. Our fruit bushes, we're probably gonna have to like literally line the perimeter of them, of the property with them, because I don't know if we're gonna have enough space. Because there is a big possibility that we're gonna end up going with that Amish cabin, and not for us, for Amy and her husband. And I don't know if her son and his fiance will be there, or if they're gonna keep the trailer that they're in, which could be a possibility. I don't know. This is something I'd have to talk to Amy about. And then just Sarah once she turns 18. I don't know. Like I said, so I told Amy it's probably going to take a couple years anyway, maybe. I mean, it depends on how fast we could get the money together. You know, if we got everything set up. Anyway, I mean, that's a whole other thing. We do that. It's going to be the biggest one they offer. It's going to be a 14 by 60 of the presidential series. Shed to cabin. It's going to have an 8-foot loft, 2 of them, one on each end. There'll be a wall underneath one of the lofts in the main floor of it. And behind that is where we'll do the bathroom. We'll just get a wood cook stove for the kitchen. And just set.
Boots is up here sleeping.
What is going on? Why is that kitten doing that? Reason? Why are you so mouthy? Huh? What are you mowing for? Come here. What meowing for, huh? You okay? You alright, huh? You look like you're okay. Yeah. You are. You okay? Yeah. Your baby. One of our babies. Look at. Look at our baby. Look at one of our babies, Mandy. Yes, we're getting rid of the kittens. Anyway, so the Amish cabin is definitely a big possibility. Ow! Okay, get your claws out of me. Get out, you stinker. You're a stinker. Go play. I think you're just meowing just because you want to hear yourself meow. Anyway, yeah, so that's a whole thing there. I did grid that out with the cabin on it, on the back part of the property right here. We'll still do the outdoor kitchen, and then, like the strawberries, the alpine, the red alpine, the yellow gold alpine, the white pine berry, and then the green, white, and purple asparagus patch, the rhubarb patch, and then a 21 bed, 8-foot by 4-foot raised bed garden area, which will give us 672 square feet of growing space. Greenhouse out there, woodshed workshop, which is something else we'll need pallets for. The smokehouse, clotheslines out there. Hi, whoever else got on. I know. You want a kitty? This I do believe we're gonna make into another garden area, which is the area out by the barn. When you first walk out towards that area, it'd be kind of the corner area. If you go back and watch my old videos, it's the area where the old barnyard garden was at. And I'd like to turn that into a raised garden bed area because the soil's really not that good out there. It really isn't. I never really did get a good garden out of that. So, because there's a bunch of what they call slag out there. And it's because, something that my grandpa put out there. And it was because it was a barnyard years and years ago because we had sheep. And before that, my grandpa had pigs out there. So, the old barn. Now, as far as the old barn goes, one of the things we will be building is the feeder pig barn. And I'm thinking very seriously of using wood from the barn. Where I'm going to have to tell Tim, those trailers got to move. Because I'm going to start taking the barn apart. So, and yes, you guys will be part of that. Now that I have my tripod, I have a decent phone, that kind of thing. I might still get another one come down the road. Almost guaranteed by this summer I'm going to end up with another phone. It's not going to be an iPhone. I love you, Chloe, but it's not going to be an iPhone. Love you, Zach, but it's not going to be an iPhone. I've never cared for Apple products. But that's all you guys. You guys can, that's all you. Anyway. But yeah, now that I have the tripod and whatever phone I have, I will make sure you guys are along for the ride on that one. And there's a very good possibility that we could be getting a huge chicken coop that was basically hand built by a customer that comes into Riches all the time. They're planning on selling their house and they want to get rid of their chickens and they want to get rid of their coop, but they want to give it to somebody that they know is going to take care of it. And he knows, since we have chickens and we're building up a homestead and our farm and everything, that we're going to take care of them. So, very good possibility we could be getting a huge chicken coop with more chickens. And Aaron's not going to be happy about that, but he can suck it up because that's going to be eggs on the farm stand.
So he likes the eggs.
Well, he's just afraid we're going to end up with way more than what we need, which I do understand that. And the eggs are going to go for $3.50 a dozen, $3.50 to $4 a dozen. Now I'm going to have to go through and figure out, I will have to figure out a chicken garden area, that kind of thing, because if you can't grow your own feed, you're screwed, especially once power grids go down. You've got to be able to feed your animals. So I'm going to have to figure that area out. I'd still like to get a dairy cow. I have asked the crazy farm wife. I don't know what her name is. Her name is Dan, but I'm not sure what her name is. I just said once or twice, and I just can't remember. But I asked her about it, and she said 5 acres is enough to have a cow, but you're gonna want 2 because they're social animals, just like goats are. Well, I know we have the room for dairy goats. I don't know. I want to talk to her about it more. But we're gonna have to be able to grow the food, you know. We don't have much for pasture, that's the problem. And that's the other reason why I've hesitated on it. Especially wanting to get, like the feeder pigs. So we don't have a lot of acreage. Which I do wish that kind of one of those I wish I could go back in time things and help my dad find a way to help my dad get completely caught up. Like about 20, 30 years, maybe more ahead on property taxes. With everything caught up and, nothing to worry about financially on the 40 acres. So we could have kept the 40 acres and we could have gotten like 4 dairy cows, you know what I mean? And, we could have salvaged the barn, that kind of thing. If I could go back with the knowledge I have now, believe me, I would build up the homestead back then in 2000, the first year that we moved back here. Convince my mom and dad, get everything paid up so they didn't have to worry about it. Keep the 40 acres, get us making money from the homestead to pay for everything and to literally be self-sufficient. But I can't look back, and I know that. I've had a big problem with that, and it's one of the things that's held me back this year. There's a lot of guilt, and I got to stop that, and I know that. So Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They are plans to help you and not to harm you. They are plans to give you a future and a hope. And honestly, you know what? I think I'm going to make that our theme verse, even though it doesn't say faith first in it, which I think I am going to look for a theme kind of with those words in it. But Jeremiah 29:11 seems to fit. It really does. Yeah, I have to keep looking forward. So,
5 minutes.
And we got 5 minutes to midnight, guys. We're going to be ringing in the new year here pretty soon. I wanted to get some party stuff and do like a party kind of thing. But I'm lame and I forgot when I was at Dollar Tree. It was misting outside and I was just like, dude, I want to get home before the roads start icing over. So, we do have a lot to cover tonight, and I want to really talk about things I was planning that I was talking about last year, things that I'm going to change, because it's kind of like, I don't know about that, so Scott and I pulled up the Lord of the Rings, which is funny, especially because of the picture. Hi, sweetie. Come here. Come here. Come here. Mandy, you got to see our other little cutie. This is Patches. Look at our other little cutie. Look at our other cutie. Hi, baby. Okay, I'll let you down. Yeah. Oh. They're playful. They are playful, playful kitties. We don't have too long. We've got about 3 minutes.
Yeah, I lost it on my phone. I'm looking for it again.
How did you lose it?
I don't know. It just stopped playing.
Hard to believe another year has come and gone. I'm very thankful, though, that we're sitting here with the power's still on. I'm not talking about the bill. I just pray that moving forward, God just makes it to work and stay that way. Once we ring in the new year, I'm going to go into a whole explanation of us, Faith First Farm and Homestead, and then looking ahead to the new year. So, and be prepared, you guys, because I am going to start bombarding the channel with videos. So, a lot of informational videos, especially because you guys have got to know. You guys have got to have that knowledge. You just have to. It is so important. And now I have not had time to start typing out those pins. Excuse me, Missy. Get down. Get down. Thank you. Did you get it yet?
I'm working on it.
Work faster. It's 11:59.
It's not coming up. I don't understand why.
What were you doing before that? Probably. Yeah, I think we just missed it.
Yep, we did.
Because whatever you were doing probably screwed it up. Scott, with your phone and the internet, you can't do freaking two things at once.
Yep, we lost it.
Why were you trying to do something else on your phone? You didn't do that last year. I didn't even. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys.
Come on.
Still rocking it out at this hour as many people right now have packed Whacker Drive, not only to ring in 2026. And Kenyatta will get the best view of not only the stage performances, but that fireworks display along the riverfront, which will help usher in the new year come midnight.
That was dumb.
The ball dropped.
Wow, Scott. Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Next time I'll have to make sure he's something else or trying to play a game on his phone when he's got that up. What in the world was that? Okay. Anyway. So, sorry to see that. Happy New Year, everybody. 2026. Like I said, next time I'll make sure that we can actually see. No, you know what? Next year I'm going to do something myself instead of depending on that because that was stupid. Last year he had it good, but anyway. So, brand new year. What are you guys planning on doing different this year to help change your situation? Like I know things that we need to do. You know what? I'll straight up admit it. I got especially complacent, lazy, just I mean that's how it ended up coming out. But for myself, it was more emotional, dealing with grief and just a lot of issues, just a lot of really hard issues that I was dealing with. Well, yeah, like literally all year. So that aside, eyes focused on God, focused in the right direction, you know. Fun. I go back to work I'm just gonna say tomorrow because I haven't been to bed yet. I go back to work on the tomorrow as well, and on Thursday, Friday, and then I have Saturday and Sunday off, and I usually don't have Saturday and Sunday off, so. But my focus this year is going to be getting our businesses going to where we can have that step in the right direction of literally building our income from the homestead. So, what are we going to do that? First, we have to get our orchard cleared, which Scott is going to have to have a huge hand in. I'm going to have to break down and get us a lawnmower. I'm going to have to, like, we're just going to have to dig in and just do this because we don't have a choice. We've got to get our orchard cleared. There's a big possibility I might be able to get all of our orchard trees and all of our orchard bushes at the same time. So, I do have an online thing going, and I'm really hoping and praying that it pans out. So far, it has. So we'll see. The new part of the homestead. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a couple of dairy cows. I don't know if we're going to have the grazing room, the pasture for them, especially if we make the new part of the property into part of the main homestead. So, but there is a big possibility that we're going to do that. So, the new part of the property will have, if we do that, it will have the, I can't do this all the time. 14 by 60 shed to cabin, Amish built shed to cabin. It'll have the woodshed workshop. See, I don't know where I'm going. The greenhouse, which clotheslines, 21 bed, 8 foot 8-foot by 4-foot raised garden bed area, and then regular strawberries, which this bed will have 100 strawberry plants in it. Red alpine strawberries, yellow gold alpine, white pine berry, green asparagus, white asparagus, purple asparagus, and then a rhubarb patch right there. And that will be all in Amy and Joe's area. And then feeder pig barn with at least 4. Now the dairy goats. And I know I've talked about this before. Okay, the other new raised garden bed area, which will give us 48-foot by 4-foot raised garden beds. Plus, I'm gonna fence off and trellis the boysenberry area. So that's gonna be a pain, but we're gonna have to. That'll give us another 1,280 square feet of growing space. Sorry. And then old barn, which I'm going to be using that wood, and I'm going to have to talk to Tim and tell him trailers have to go because I'm going to be tearing the barn down. So,
Aaron's back.
This is obviously going to stay the same. Garden center, granary, garage. And the garden center is where the old outdoor kitchen was, or my cranberry bushes. Would I have to totally revamp that? I got to redo my strawberry beds. There's that raised garden bed, the old square foot garden, which did work out pretty well. And we're going to totally finish turning that into the layered lasagna garden. Hi, Aaron.
Happy New Year.
Thanks. You're good.
You left the oven on.
Oh, whoops. That was my bad.
No, please.
Love you, Aaron.
I do.
Did you have fun talking to Mike?
I did.
That's good. Asked him to get me a clean pad earlier. My back was killing me. Straight up killing me. Okay. What? That was supposed to go back there. Anyway. Let's see, there's the old side garden. Right there. Which is to the side of the new chicken coop. Now we get that new bigger coop and we attach it to this one. I may go ahead and include that in their run space. So the old chicken coop is going to be the new dairy goat barn. The old compost pile is being moved into the layers on the garden. The nectarine tree, I do believe, was getting burnt out by it. So, that happens with chicken manure bedding. So, I was just stupid and wasn't thinking about that in the spring. I could have totally avoided that. Anyway. And as far as like grazing area for the goats, there's going to be plenty of space behind it. So. Yes, Aaron. What is that? Thank you, Aaron. Okay, what did Aaron give me? It's obviously chocolate. My goodness, Aaron. I am not eating that right now. I'm gonna put that in my Christmas goodie box because yeah, definitely don't want the cats getting into it. And I just broke the side of my box. Anyway, yeah, as far as extra grazing space, there's extra space behind that area. The goats, so
Be right back.
Now, um, I did totally revamp the orchard. Apples, pears, peaches, nectarines, apricots, plums, sweet cherries, the Royal Land cherries, pie cherries, and grapes. So, but I kind of, the way I have it figured, once we start getting fruit off from these, we're probably going to have to hire some people. It's one of the other reasons why I really want to make sure that we have money coming in from the homestead, because we'll have to hire people to help us pick and take care of it. So, and we'll probably be selling a lot too. So, anyway, so that's that. And the other thing, we will still be doing a garden over by the trailer. I'm gonna go back to the old layout. We're still gonna be doing a garden over by the old trailer. I'm gonna aim for 4 big strawberry beds with 100 plants each in it. 400 strawberries. So I really kind of wish I could get the whole orchard like this, but it's not gonna work. It won't fit out there. Because when I was out there walking it out, there's no way it'll work. I still want to get some of the black sex link, the Americana, Buff Orpingtons, the Golden Lace Wyandottes, the Silver Laced Wyandottes, the Olive Eggers, the Easter Eggers, the Guineas, the Turkeys, ducks, geese, yeah, I get it. You're working at McDonald's, aren't you? But yeah, the only way that we are able to do the orchard is like this. So whatever. Oh, I've heard that's just as bad and worse. So, I mean, we lived right next to one. So, stories I was getting from that, it was worse than McDonald's. And I was like, yep, nope, I'm good. For 5.5 months of torture in McDonald's, nope. Never again. Couldn't pay me enough. Anyway, but I get it. You need the check, you need the check. I mean, that's the reason I worked at McDonald's for 5.5 months. It's the only reason I worked there for that long. Ugh. I don't blame you. I couldn't eat at Sonic anymore either. I can't stomach that food. Now, what I covered last year, as far as I was talking about the damage report. I'm not going to do that again. I already covered that. The goals. This is what I changed. All right, our big goal. Well, that sucks. That's bad when the managers won't even stay. Our big goal for our number one goal for this year, get the farm going. Period. Get the farm going. So, the goat barn. We've got to fix the fence. I've got to get the cattle panel, and I could get it for less than $100. So that shouldn't be too hard to get. I'm probably gonna go ahead and order and get that soon. We have to redo the gate. I'll probably have to cut that out. Really? I hope she's not in heat again. Last thing we need. Oh, the other two are on the bed. Anyway, we've got to redo the gate. We've got to close off the one entrance area, the old entrance, because it's just falling apart. It's just the fence is falling apart. Like, I've got to completely redo that. I just want to close it off. I want to take that pallet out of there and take more fence and just close it completely. Gotta do something about the building because the wood that's on there is just falling apart. What?
Boots was doing what you think he was doing.
To the kitten?
Yes.
He was just over there at the water.
No, he was doing it to
Stupid cat. Stupid cat. Anyway, he's something else. He needs his nuts cut. Swear. Yeah, the wood on that. I might have to get some really sturdy pieces of wood. Like maybe at least 1-inch thick pieces of wood and like long ones. I'm not even sure how long. But get like maybe 2 or 3 of them and screw them down to the side of maybe what I'll do is just attach the fence to
stop.
the building or the coop or the goat barn.
No.
Scott, if she wants out, let her out. What is she gonna do out there? She's not the one we have to worry about riding Cinnamon. What I was saying. Anyway. Yeah, I might just attach it to the goat barn building instead of the side of the garden center, because that wood is falling apart. But I still might get some pieces of wood to like put up there to reinforce it, you know what I mean? To have a good reinforced area to attach that fence to. Because goats are escape artists, so I really want to have to chase down a goat. Yeah. Huh. But I think right there, I'm actually really thinking about getting like solar electric fence for right in like in some areas, and you know, I'd put up a cattle panel right there too. So and then put a gate in like somewhere else, you know what I mean? I mean, I'll leave the top the way it is. I'm not going to worry about that. As far as like all the vegetation out there, I mean, like they can eat that stuff down. I just have to make sure of like what's out there and see if, you know, try to figure out if there's anything toxic to them out there. Which I got to get into the goat books, you know, so that's where the whole information stuff comes from. But I mean, it really shouldn't take much to get that ready for dairy goats. And then I got to find some place to get them from. You know, it's not going to be too horribly expensive. So, but I know I need at least 2. Probably just start with 2. Boots. Sorry, Cream. I wasn't trying to spray you. I was trying to get boots. Anyway, yeah, shouldn't take too much for that. Now the feeder pigs, pallets, and using the wood from the barn, the old barn. We're gonna want fence posts, cement to cement them in, because with them you need it. You need a hog panel, the heavy gate, and possible solar electric fence. So, yeah. Meat chickens. With that, I'm just gonna need pallets and the hardware cloth, staples for my staple gun, and I'll try to get like a wheel frame or whatever to put it on so we can move it. I mean, technically, all you gotta do is pick it up and drag it across. But it'd be easier if there was wheels at least on the back of it. But I do want to get some, so it's gonna be one thing I'm gonna look into once Family Farm gets their chicks in. And we need roosters. And this one customer that wants to give us his chicken coop and his chickens, he does have roosters, so can hatch. Hopefully have eggs that will hatch. So we can keep our flock going, you know. And we can sell the baby chicks, and the baby chicks will be sold for $5 a piece. So, and that will obviously go towards the farm. So, the meat chickens are just going to be for us. I mean, we're going to raise them, we'll process them, put them in the freezer. I'm going to work on getting a solar freezer. So, we are going to build a smokehouse. So, I mean, that's going to be kind of probably trial by error. I don't really want to lose meat. So, I want to make it to where we can save the meat and preserve the meat without having to have electricity. You know what I mean? So, or to keep it safe. And the next thing that's going to be livestock on our farm is going to be rabbits. And like just for that, I do have that one hutch. I might just use that. I will need hardware cloth for that though, because they'll hurt their feet on what's in there. So I mean, it can be used for rabbits, definitely. It definitely can be used for rabbits. So maybe I won't build a rabbit pen. I mean, I'm probably going to have to anyway. And we go into like breeding them for business and that kind of thing because that's what I was planning on doing. And selling babies. And the babies will be sold probably anywhere from $10 to $15 all the way up to like $50, depending on the breed, you know. We will need plastic. Yeah. And I'm thinking of possibly doing, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do the rabbits for meat or not. I might just sell the rabbits. I don't know. I guess it just depends. Now, quail. Quail is also going to be meat for the family. And I'm going to buy that coop. Technically, what I found on Amazon, I can't find the other one I was looking at on Amazon. For $150, I can purchase it's like it's a small chicken coop, but it can also be used for quail. So that's what I'm going to do. And we can sell their eggs. And we can sell the babies. And they're a meat bird. So they will provide meat for the family. So again, there's, meat for us that we don't have to buy. They'll cut down on meat that we have to buy. Now the feeder pigs will put pork in our freezer. Or, and be able to sell one or two of the pigs, for people that want to process them. And, that'll be money for the homestead as well. Now the chicken coop addition that I was talking about, that will make it to where we can add the turkeys, we can add the guineas, we can add our ducks, which will make it to where, okay, the guineas and the turkeys are literally for, like, guard for the flock, for the property. Like, literally, they are, like, an alarm for your property. They will alert you when something's going on. So, they're very loud, though. I mean, the turkeys, obviously, that's another meat bird, obviously. They're good guard birds. Now, if you can get eggs out of them, they're amazing, to be able to raise if you can. And then ducks, you can sell the babies. And obviously the eggs. And the eggs can go for like $6 a dozen. I don't even know what I had written down for that. I have all the prices written down in my notebook from last year, which I'm glad I have this because farm babies. I know I have it written down somewhere. Great. Oh, $5 for half a dozen duck eggs. 10 for a dozen. Because yeah. I paid 9 for a dozen. So I could do that. I could do. And I could get like the little half dozen cartons and do them 2 for $9. And obviously that'll go back towards our farm. So geese. Yeah, I don't know. Now, that's mainly the animals. Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna do a dairy cow. I don't know. I really, really don't know. I'd find out a lot more information about that because I don't know if we'll have enough room. We make the other 3 acres into part of the main part of the homestead, then we're not gonna have room. Especially not with feeder pigs and goats. So we'll just have to get the milk from the dairy goats. Garden beds, I'm going to be purchasing most of those from Amazon. I don't think I could afford the wood for most of them. Probably just get pallets in all honesty. Because I know I could build quite a few from pallets. I just need to see if I can get a hold of them. Now you can treat the pallets yourself and make it, to where, but you do have to be careful with whatever's on those pallets. Because you don't want to put a garden bed in something that's got a bunch of chemicals on it, so I like the idea of the cedar for the garden beds, but we'll just have to see what happens with this other online thing I've got going on. But we are going to be doing a bunch of 8-foot by 4-foot raised garden beds, and I know I've been saying that for quite a few years, but it's absolutely imperative that we do this. And the other problem is going to be the soil. So I'm going to have to contact quite a few people, and I'm going to have to pay out quite a bit of money to get a lot of soil for these garden beds. So, because I'm not buying potting soil. I'm not doing it. Not for that. It's not happening. Now I'll probably buy, some of the things to make soil for some of them, but not all of them. I'm just not going to have the money for that. Well, I mean, if this works out, but I mean, again, I'll still probably, I'll probably do that for some of them, but not all of them. And I'll probably get composted soil from several different places and, kind of mix it up and yeah. And the square foot garden that we used this last year is going to be the layered lasagna garden. So anyway, to the farm stand. I did decide that I am going to purchase the greenhouse building for that. It's going to be $296. The only reason I'm doing it that way and getting that one is because the other ones I was looking at, even though they were cheaper listed price, it'll cost $100 for delivery because it's not on Prime. So to get it on Prime, I have to spend out the $296 for free delivery. So I might as well just do that. And it's a little bigger greenhouse anyway. You know, it's a little bigger building, so. And then I'll have to get, I might be able to build a counter with pallets and, shelves and that kind of thing. But I might just get some like metal shelves and that kind of thing. Dang it, Boots. Boots, no. Send him and beat him up. All sorts. Anyway, but I'll need a counter. Boots, darn it. I think I keep getting Nebula. And then, I'll have different types of shelves in there. I have my cash box. I will probably get like an adding machine, maybe or just a big calculator because I do have my receipt book. I have my order thing. If it gets to be too much, I'll figure something else out, but I'm not going to a computer. I'm not doing it. Am I going to be able to take credit card payments? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to end up being able to be worked out. I don't know. I know I'll be able to do Cash App, and I haven't tried Venmo. I can do Chime, and I can take a Zelle payment. But other than that, right now, I can't. So, I mean, it's going to make online a little difficult. Okay, all right. No, not really. Once I get my website up and the Etsy store, now you guys will be able to use credit cards for that, like debit cards, credit cards, that kind of thing. This is going to be something I'm going to be working on. I didn't even get that far as writing that down goes. The farm stand itself, what I have right now, I only have 2 of the little painted rocks. I never did finish the other ones. I'm going to be doing more of those. And I might actually just get like a box of the flat, rocks for art things. And just specifically paint those for garden decor. And those are going to be like, I think there were like 2. Tiles. I don't even see them on here. I think what I have them set at right now is 5 for $2. Something like that. Something like that. But I don't even have 5 done right now. I have 2. So if somebody wanted those, they could just have them 2 for $1, whatever. Faith First t-shirts, and those are going to be anywhere from $10 to $25. It's just going to depend on, was it new? Was the shirt new? How did I paint it? You know what I mean? I'm going to say most of them are going to be around $15 to $20 for the t-shirts. Sweatshirts, you're still looking at Ah. Hmm. Yes, I'm tired. $25 to $50. I'm gonna say probably 35 to 50. Just because sweatshirts are really hard to paint. Same for hoodies, jackets, sweatshirt jackets, jean jackets. The jean is not that hard to really paint on. And I have not brush painted it yet, but I do have one that I can do that with. So if I was to do that one and sell it, it would probably still be about $45 because it takes quite a while to do that. So really? Are you attacking your? Are you attacking the other kitty? Aww. You can see him in the background. It's cute. Hand sewn quilts. I'm still working on the one. Like I have not really done much with it. Not at all. And the quilts, as I've said, they're gonna be anywhere from $100 to probably $1,500, just depending. I mean the size, like there's some pretty big sizes out there. And the fabric, like I would have to buy that fabric. So, I'd have to buy all the fabric for the quilt blocks, basically. I would have to buy the natural batting, natural cotton batting for the inside of it, and then the backing for it. I mean, that's a lot of thread, that's a lot of fabric. It takes a lot of time. So, and I mean, same for crocheted blankets. I mean, that's a lot of yarn and a lot of time. It just is. But the crocheted ones are going to be just basically between $75 to $500, just depending. Because there's not going to be as much that goes into them as the quilts. Now, down the road, I could probably do something like a weighted blanket, but those are going to be expensive because of what has to go into it. So, because you have to remember, I'd be doing this stuff by hand. So, I mean, it's going to cost. The homemade soaps. I do have some right now. If you're interested, let me know. I know there's nobody on here. It's late. I'm sorry. If you're interested, please let me know. $5 a piece. $5 a bar or 2 for $4. You know, 2 for $4, not 2 for $4. 2 for $8, not 2 for 4. Sorry, 2 for $8 because they're $5 a piece. So 2 for $8. And again, if you wanted a whole batch, which is about 20 bars, I would charge like $75. So $75 or $80. So but I do have some right now. I have what I need to make some homemade candles, to start making some candles. And there will be those in the farm stand. I don't remember the price I had set for those. I really don't. Oh, anywhere from $5 to $75 because we're talking like bigger ones. I don't know if I'm gonna do real big ones though. I don't know. Maybe, just depends. Now the Faith First Farm and Homestead glasses, mugs, which also includes shot glasses and wine glasses sets. Really? A set of 4 is $15. Set of 8 is $27. A set of 4 shot glasses is going to be $12. Set of 8, $24. The mugs, $5 to $7 each. The wine glasses. The wine glasses, I'll probably still go with a set of 4 for $15 and a set of 8 for $27. Now, if you just wanted 2 wine glasses, piece, I go 2 for 10. 2 for $10. Something like that. Yeah, 2 for $10. So, yeah.
Hi, baby.
Ceramic coasters. Which I don't have any of right now. $4 for $5, 8 for $27. So I don't see why there's such a big difference right there. Ceramic ones. I'd probably go with 4 for $8 and 8 for 15. Or $14 or something like that. Faith First Farm and Homestead ornaments. I have a set. I just haven't even had a chance to think about it really. Decorations. I know I have ornaments written down here somewhere. I'm really tired right now. Extremely tired. I know I have ornaments written down.
Hi, baby.
Oh, there they are. 10 for $20 and 20 for 35, you know. The cutting boards, those are still going to be like $35 to $40. Now, there will be in the spring, I promise, there will be blackberry, black raspberry, and elderberry cuttings on the farm stand. Okay. Are available for order. And they are viable and they will grow. Now, if you would rather buy the plants, I could do that too. It's not much, doesn't take long for them to root out. And all I got to do once they're rooted out is put them in a pot. Those are going to be $15 a piece. So, But there will be black raspberry, blackberry, and elderberry for sure. Possibly boysenberry if I can get a hold of them. Further on in the spring, I will have strawberry plants on the farm stand. Okay, I got to deal with that one garden that's got a bunch of runners. I don't know what it's going to do in the spring. I will see what it's going to do. I have a bunch of pots. I'm going to get a bunch more, and I will get them on the farm stand. Those are only going to be like the elderberry cuttings. I actually should start taking orders for those. Strawberry plants, $2 a piece. The pineberry strawberry plants are going to be probably $3. I'm going to go $3 a piece, not $5. I say cuttings, but we're going to go $15 because they're actually going to be bushes. Now, if you guys want elderberry cuttings, again, I think I'm actually going to start taking orders for those. I will do a video about that. It's going to be 5 for $12 and 10 for 20. What's that crap? Ugh. Probably not going to be on here too much longer, you guys. It is over an hour, and I got started later than I wanted to because I was having technical issues. So, yeah, the cuttings, the elderberry cuttings. Now, if you want them grown out into bushes, they're going to be $15. The cuttings are going to be 5 for $12. And then 10 for $20. The bushes are all going to be $15. Now, fruit tree seedlings, I still have to be able to. I've got to get the right stuff for that because it just did not work last year. Of course, I didn't have a great place for them, so I'm going to try to fix that issue this year. Fruit tree seedlings, $8 for 6 to 8 inches. Okay. For like that, $8. Okay. If I could get them to where they're 6 months, to where they're about 6 months old, $15. Yearlings are going to be $25. 2-year, $45. So down the road, plant starts probably just like anywhere from $2 to $5 is what I'm going to say on the plant starts. So I don't really see this on here, but it is definitely something I will put on the farm stand as plant starts. $2 to $5. Farm fresh eggs, $3.50 to $4 a dozen. The cookbooks. Yes, that is a goal. I will probably be selling the cookbooks for $15 to $20 is what they're going to be, depending on how much I paid for them. Okay? If I pay more than $1,000 for 100, I'm going to have to sell them for $20. So we'll just see. Hopefully it won't cost me more than $1,000 for 100 of them. Boysenberry bushes, $15. The Homestead binder. Probably about $150. Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna put $100. And I don't know if I'm gonna make it as big as what I was thinking. So, am I gonna have all of the stuff that I have written down here eventually? I would love to do etched mirrors. That would be awesome, but $10 to $40 a piece. Clocks, I would love to do that. Down the road, about $50 because you got to buy all the components for that, and then there's the painting them or actually making them, that kind of thing. Very well could get into selling finished diamond paintings with the booklet or something like that, but a whole booklet is going to cost quite a bit. So eventually we'll have Christmas decorations, that kind of thing. Farm babies. Chicks, I already said, those will be $5. Quail, I'll go with about $3 a piece. Bunnies is going to be anywhere from, I've got 5 to 25. Depends on the breed. Kids, goat babies, we're talking could be anywhere from $50 to $150. Now, feeder pigs, if somebody wants to purchase a feeder pig for processing, they're going to pay the price for it. Like, we're talking, because that feeder pig is going to be grown, and we will have put all the time and the effort and the money and the feed and the work and all that into it. So we're probably talking $500 to $750 at least. So yeah. Hand sewn items just depends on what they are and how much they're going to be. I really would like to get into doing a few hand sewn aprons, especially denim ones, which I'd probably sell for about $25. But I'd like to get a couple of each one of these things done and on the farm stand. Now, the other thing that is absolutely getting opened this year, absolutely, is the Faith First Art Gallery. But I'm going to be working on doing paintings. I want to try to do at least 3 a week. Okay. I did that one and I'm not happy with the bridge. It really does look like the towers from Lord of the Rings. But I did use metallics in this. So, but I would probably only put like about $30 on this. $35. Because I feel like I did mess it up. So, I don't know. It might be worth more than that considering the fact that I did use the metallics and stuff in it. I'm just going to say $35. But this will go back into the art gallery portion of Faith First. I have several canvases. Like I still have my big ones. I haven't done anything with those yet because I'm not sure what I want to do with them yet. Plus, I need the bigger tubes of paint, so like the 4-ounce, the big tubes like that. So, but the art gallery is absolutely going to get opened this year, but I want to try to do like 3 paintings a week. Complete 3 paintings a week. And then possibly 1 bigger one. Per month. So we're talking 16 by 20 and up. And the 3 paintings a week, I'm going to say under 16 by 20s. So. And then maybe 2 times per year. Bigger. $18 by $24 or bigger. So if I could come up with a couple big ones per year, and then at least a 16 by 20 every month. You know, by the end of the year, if I didn't get it open until this coming, that would be 3 paintings under 16 by 20 a week. So that's 52 times 3. So that's 156 smaller paintings. at least 12 16 by 20s. And 2 big ones by the end of the year. That's if I didn't sell any of them. Which, you know, I'm hoping to get it open before the end of the year, you know. But that's 168. That's not bad. That's 170 paintings a year. So we'll see, you know. And the bigger ones are what I'm going to put the bigger price on. So, but it's an art gallery, and I'm going to see what I can do, like aim that towards people that can, you know, buy those or, you know, work it out to where they can be paid in payments, you know. So, anyway. But I'm really going to work to get the art gallery open this year. I'd like to have at least 25 paintings done to open it. So maybe 30. So there's still going to be produce on the farm stand. There's definitely going to be peaches. Now I am going to have to figure out what I'm going to need for us first, because I didn't really do that this year. You know, I was excited about it, you know, so. But I've also got to fix I've just got to, yeah. Okay, I'm probably gonna get out from here pretty soon. It's late, and yeah. I do want to sell or put some of my watermelon rind pickles on the farm stand, and my pickles, which I didn't really get hardly any cucumbers this year. I'm not sure why. Definitely gonna go for the hoops and plastic to cover the garden beds, which means more watering, but yeah. It's better than barely getting any produce. So, and then I'm planning on having an area for corn. But those beds, or that bed, or those beds, I don't know if I want to do like a big bed or just some smaller ones. But those beds are going to have to be deep, because those roots go really, really deep. So, because we love our corn. Yes, I do. I know homegrown sweet corn is really good for you. So, I'm planning on putting in some different perennials that are food that they're more than they are medicinal, but they're like they can add to your actual food. I will definitely have the designated medicinal area. I'm still planning on doing the survival seeds. I didn't get any of that this year. I probably could have out of the lettuce. I just didn't get out there. But I mean, we're still trying to feel all this stuff out, so I still have to work on getting seeds for us. So anyway, so that's what we're looking at. As far as the house goes, our two biggest goals for the house is going to be the kitchen and the bathroom. And redoing, like I was talking to Scott about how I wanted to redo the counter in the kitchen, and it's gonna be little things like that. Even though, you know, it's not really a little thing, but it is at the same time. But I'll be doing a lot of videos, you know, showing us doing stuff like that, and but baked goods, I will probably do some and put some of that on the farm stand. So. But I do want to get that structure real soon. So I probably wouldn't be able to put it up until spring, but yeah. So, but I'm hoping by May that I can have the structure to actually put up to start selling from, basically. But that's it in a nutshell, basically, you guys. And I mean, without really going into much deeper, we just don't have time right now because it's just too late. I got started too late. I should have started earlier. I really should have. But Anyway, we're gonna be adding and doing a whole lot of different things. So but yeah, without going into too much deeper detail, you know. And it's not like I can't do videos and cover a bunch of stuff down the road, so just be ready, you guys, because there's going to be a lot of videos coming, and it's late. I've got to get up. Say I got to get up, because I really do, because I needed to probably have to jump in the tub tomorrow. Oh. But I'm definitely going to do a video. I want to upload that other one. So anyway, but that's what's gonna be going down for us this year. And animals wise, we're gonna be focused on the other chicken coop and the other chickens and the turkeys and the guineas and the ducks and the dairy goats and the rabbits and the quail for sure, and possibly even the feeder pigs if I can get the building built. So I'm hoping we can get our animals, and it's a good possibility we can get all our orchard trees. So I'm hoping. But me and Scott will have to get out there and get that whole area cleared out. So anyway, so again, that's it in a nutshell. And I'm going to get off from here because I need some sleep. Now, I'll see you guys on the next video, which again is going to be tomorrow morning. Yeah, morning. I have to kick myself out of bed whether I want to or not, and I do have to work. I have to close, which I have to work till 12:30, which I might be later than that. I don't know. We'll see. And then I have to work on Friday. Ow, shoulder hurts. Anyway, but I'll see you guys in the next video. And the video that I have to upload from earlier that I didn't upload, I might have been able to. I don't know. I didn't know how long it was gonna take. So, hi guys. It's a painting video. It's me doing that painting. So, and I'm gonna include something like that. So, but I'm gonna start bombarding YouTube, the channel, with videos. And I'm gonna start working on my other channel too. So, but I will see you guys in the next video and get some sleep because it's late. And I'm gonna try to do the same. And I brush my teeth and just go to bed. But I'll see you guys in the next video. And remember, you guys, do your chores, do your preps, do your research. That research is so important. And have some fun. And then do more research. Keep your eye on your subscriptions, YouTube. Can't remember what they said on that other channel. I'll have to check that out. I found another channel today. Another off-grid channel. It was pretty cool. Oh, but YouTube will check out your subscribers. Or more like check off your subscribers. Anyway, keep your eye on your subscriptions. And like and share the videos, you guys, because it really does help. And I forgot what I was going to say. Make sure you're getting all the notifications. I'll see you guys in the next video. Do that research because it's really important. See you guys. Remember, you can homestead no matter where you are. See you guys.